What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. You can be alpha all day and still be rejected. And let me shout out somebody who inspired another video this week. That one about Pookie and Ray Ray, Brother D, on my Patreon. Now he inspired it though. Remember, I don't take requests outside of Patreon, and even on Patreon, it has to do with the theme of what I talk about on Patreon, and even then, I will only do it on Patreon. Now, if it's some minor thing or something like that, nah. Oh man, yeah. Let me put this on. Had to do some stuff. There was some cuts in there. Somebody really noticed editing and stuff. I can't have some music station on because they be trying to get their cut. So anyway, Brother D was saying how some of those OGs were talking about you can be alpha all day and still get rejected. And it's better just to be a real man. Now, I talk about that in Nice Guys and Players. Because even, I even talk about, it's not about really being selected, non-select. People know about that. But it's really about, like, leaving both of them. Because, and it's, it's like evolving. In fact, one brother had said, he could see the evolution from non-select to select, but then select to real man. Because, first of all, it's not the same as alpha and beta. And, all that other stuff people saying there, right? It's not the same. Because a dude could have a house, car, all that, have a C-suite office, and still not be select, believe it or not. Meanwhile, some dude who's, sleeping in a car somewhere, some dude who don't have stuff, some dude who's sleeping on his sister's couch can be select. Because as I've always said, it's all purely sexual, right? And that's why I said, that's why I don't really use the terms alpha and beta anyway. Because let's be real about something. First of all, what the brother had shared about rejection. Now, I've said that a lot of times. I've said, oh man, there was Popo. All right. Shit, saw him early today. But the brother, right? He had shared, anybody, his elders, the OGs told him anybody could be alpha, but anybody can still be rejected. Anybody. That's not a big deal. That's really normal. Right? And you got a lot of guys out here trying to be alpha. Or they be talking about alpha and beta. First of all, you can fix up all of that stuff and a woman still don't want it. Because, okay, like the other day, I was talking about Pookie and Ray Ray. They not alpha. And typically, they not alpha. It's enough if they even have a job. In fact, somebody who got in my held comments section called them bums. And just as an aside, if you don't agree with something I say on here, you might as well just keep it to yourself, because I'm not even the one sometimes that'll get you. Whatever AI is working on here know pretty much what I'm going to put up with and what I'm not going to put up with. Right? So don't even waste time. Don't even waste your energy and everything. If you don't like anything I'm saying, or you don't like me in particular, don't watch. It's just that simple. Don't watch. Don't watch, don't comment, don't add to my algorithm. it's kind of stupid if you do. But anyway, about that, yeah, you can be what people consider alpha and all of that, and you can still get rejected. Everybody get rejected. Shoot, I said that about select men. Even though those are really two different things as far as how we put it. I don't care how many women want to suck a select man's dick. There's somebody who don't. You know? In fact, I had said that in my book. You know, Nice Guys and Players. I said that on the back. I said, are you a player who can get every woman except the one you want? I gave some scenarios about that in the book. You're not going to get everybody, no matter how alpha you want to be, right? But see, you know, I was thinking about that some more. And that's really some bullshit. Because the way the whole alpha, beta, gamma, hell, even sigma's presented, it act like you see somebody and they might be taller or more muscular or what some other men consider better looking, and they're alpha. Motherfucker, you ain't shit. Seriously. I tell you what, if you think you alpha, I tell you what, go in some bad neighborhoods and like do that alpha thing. You know? Or you think you educated, or you think you some Chad. I tell you what, I challenge Chad to go in some like hoods. Go in some actual hoods and stuff and see how he's gonna be responded to. And plus, this is something to think about too. How many men at least watching me, really give a fuck? If somebody bigger than you, stronger than you, whatever. Do you be like, oh yes sir and all that? You really don't give a fuck. They bigger, stronger than you, whatever. Do you be following them and all of that shit? You know? Do you like follow their orders or anything like that? I want you to think about it. Think about it for a second. That's some bullshit. That is some straight up bullshit. Nobody care about it, because even the guy who even talked about alpha, it was a guy who wrote a book about wolves. He said he was wrong about it. Because even, you know, he said he was thinking there was some alpha and betas among wolves. He said, no, those are just family structures. But you get some dudes talking about it, yeah, they're going to be alpha and all of that. Man, if a woman want to fuck you, they going to fuck you. They don't give a fuck. Like, if that's the case, why you get so many women fucking some bum dude who don't got money, don't got shit? And let's be real, some women be out here fucking some dudes who might be consensually considered ugly, whatever. Shoot, they got their own system for looking at a man. And that's just how the shit is. That's just how things are. It is what it is. But even on another level, right? Let's talk about that on a bigger level and shit, right? Like I said earlier, do you give a fuck? If somebody taller than you or more muscular than you, or what a man might consider more handsome, do you really give a fuck? Seriously, I want you to think about that. Think about it. We're like, who gives a flying fuck? Gives a flying fuck. Anyway, though, I gotta stop off. I'm gonna take a break real quick. Go in here. Gotta get my comic books. Yeah. It'll be 5-10 minutes for me, a few seconds for y'all, alright? You know how I do. Get back with y'all in a second. Alright, y'all. Got my comic book and everything. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I collect and stuff. Like I said, Rom gets what he gets and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you what though. Personally, for the reasons I gave, I don't get into that alpha thing. I don't get into it. Now the select, non-select thing, Yeah, but that's a little different. Like I said, anybody can be select. You get some dudes, they don't got a pot to piss in, be homeless and everything, and they be getting whatever. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on again. Somebody's calling. I gotta return this call. Let me just pull to the side here. Hold on. Alright. Back again. I had to take a call. Sometimes you get those candy grams. Anyway, right? You know, like I was saying, you know, when we talk about select, anybody can be select. Anybody can be select. It ain't the same as alpha. You can get some bum dude can be select and have nothing, not a pot to piss in. Meanwhile, a dude can have car, money, everything. You know, nice old house and still be non-select. There's those guys. In fact, those are guys that be hating on Pookie and Ray Ray. Be like, how that bum dude getting some? That's a different thing. But when you talk about alpha, even if you go by what the term is, because if you really think about it, outside these spaces, people don't really discuss. They don't be like alpha this or alpha that, right? The women certainly don't. You see what the women do. They get with whoever. Yeah, that's one thing with women. Dudes be getting mad thinking they should go for this guy or that guy. I'm like, what planet y'all on? They go for whoever turned them on, and that could be anybody. That could be anybody. Even when you see like some professional women get with a guy. Now, one thing I will say, when you see a professional woman and she get with some street dude or something like that, you need to ask yourself where, you know, which guys like were the first ones to get with her. Who were the first three guys to lay the imprint on her? She might be from the HODD. You just go with it, y'all. Just go with the spelling. You know, she might be from around the way or something. You don't know anything. And shoot, that's a lot of women and stuff. You don't know what's up. You don't know what's up with them. But then when you talk about that alpha thing, like an alpha, beta, it's like, man, what the fuck? Nobody do that shit in the real world. Like if somebody came up to me, and supposedly some people think they more handsome. Okay. I was like, okay, good for you. Taller, more muscular, whatever. The fuck I'm supposed to do? And they say, hey, do this because I'm alpha. I'll be like, man, get the fuck out of my face before I like break your jaw. Like, whatever. It's like, what the fuck ever? It don't even matter. Shoot, in the real world, man, unless you work for that person, shoot, you don't have to do shit. And in fact, on a lot of these jobs, you get some people, they don't even give a fuck what the manager tell them to do. That's how that shit work. This ain't like what somebody think to be a wolf pack. Or in the animal kingdom. This ain't no Lion's Pride or a Gorilla Clan or anything like that. The real world, you just don't give a fuck. Like you get some Bammers up there talking about that person Margam or something. You don't know what that woman wanna fuck. Even when people talk about height, yeah, some women talk all that shit, but then might be turned on. They might see a motherfucker 6'3", right? And they might even say it. They might say, yeah, he gotta be 6'2", but then they get wet. They dripping wet for somebody who 5'7", for whatever reason that they ain't gonna tell you about. How's that a mog? How's that some alpha or some shit like that? Be taking their panties off talking about, I won't be needing these. Look, here's the thing. Don't even get concerned with that. And even when I talk about, when you don't even get concerned with it, all you have to do As Brother D said, some OGs told him, just worry about being a real man. And that really just translates into being just real with yourself, the best man you can be. Right? That's it. There ain't no numbers and shit out here, because you don't know. Be the best man you can be and figure out which women like it. And even when I talk select and non-select, really, that's all that is just whatchamacallit. That's just a diagnostic tool. Like if you non-select, okay, say you reading my books and stuff, you say, okay, you non-select by how I'm describing it. That's just telling you what you need to work on. Because the overwhelming majority of men who become select, there was a point they were non-select. Very, very, very few men start off that way. And even then, it could be they might not be like the guy who's the leader and all of that. You get some who are leaders, but shit, a whole lot of them ain't leaders. And a whole lot of them ain't leaders of other men or some shit like that. They just all that is really, when you get down to it, is a man that women want to fuck. But they can want to fuck whoever. Hell, if you get some women, some of those like hard charging, like Amazon type of women, they definitely don't want a hard charging man. That's why I'm saying don't even worry about it in that case. You know? But, don't get caught up in that alpha. That's why I don't get caught. So other guys get caught up. Rest in peace, Alan Roger Curry. That was one of the few areas me and him had like respectful disagreement in. Because he would talk about it. And that's cool. And if you somebody who you want to get into it, okay, fine. But that's not something I'm into. And if you want to, anybody want to ride with me and just go with what I'm talking about, shoot. You're not concerned about that. Funk that. Yeah, I said that shit yesterday, didn't I? Seriously. Why am I... There's somebody who usually curse on here. Why am I saying funk instead of fuck? Oh, well. I don't know. I do that sometimes. But yeah, seriously. I mean, the point is, be your best self. Don't worry about don't get too caught up. At least my philosophy is, don't get too caught up in that alpha thing. Because if you that type of person, like I said, and I was talking about this earlier, are you that type of person who just follows anybody out here in the street? Or you just do whatever? Or they bigger than you and stuff, or they look better and you're just going to follow their lead. If you don't know that motherfucker, hell no, you ain't going to follow that. I would hope you ain't following just anybody out here. I would hope you standing up for who you are, because ultimately that's what you got to do. And even when you dealing with women, say you generally non-select to women, well, shit, when you really get down to it, you just need to be select to the right women anyway. You ain't trying to get with all of them. Shoot. Like I always say, shoot. It's better to get one quality woman than a whole bunch of non-quality women. Shoot, there's some dudes out there got low body counts, but they got better women. The women are in cooperation to their operation. And I want y'all to think about that. I want y'all to seriously think about that shit. And I remember when Brother D, he mentioned that. And like I said, he don't ask for anything, because I'm real funny about requests anyway. But I say, that's something I need to talk about. Because you get some guys talking about it like it means something. It's like, whatever. Talking about some mog. He mogs him or something. In whose eyes? Because like I said, with women, you don't know who the fuck the women really checking for. Because women, the way they are, the shit, they could be checking for anybody. You don't know exactly what that women like who they like. And it ain't always going to be the guy you think they should like. You know, they use the word should. They going to like who they like. You can't worry about it. Yeah, you can do all that stuff thinking, oh yeah. In fact, there's been plenty of guys who, you know what, they'll get all that money, get education, you know, get the house, car, and everything, and still don't be getting no parts of the pussy. Meanwhile, some bum who ain't got half that shit be homeless. And in fact, I've known a few guys. They don't even got their own shit, own house or anything, getting all parts of the pussy. I know a couple guys who were living out of cars. They had women they could just go over their house just to take showers and eat and everything. So, you know. And just to be clear, all of them ain't shit. In fact, the homeless guys I knew, neither one of them was 6'2". Neither one was over 6 feet. Now that I'm thinking about it. There's some other guys like that too. You know? But you know who they were though? They were themselves. They whatever you can say about them, they were themselves. And that's what you gotta focus on. Hell, even in my book, Nice Guys and Players, I say, look, you know, even if you select, and I even said that even if you select, even if you top of the pyramid, even if you missed a Goodbar, there's always a woman still ain't gonna want your ass. There's always a woman still gonna be like, you're a nice guy, but like no matter what. And it usually be something that a man needs to change and shit, right? He needs to change what he doing. He can't be who he can't be on that shit. Shit. Let me say it again. Shit. You can't worry about it. Because in the real world, like I said, in the real world, I'm going to tell you what. You go in some hoods, go in some trailer parks, go in the reds, favelas, poor areas, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They like who they like. They follow who they want to follow. They don't give a shit about all that alpha, beta, whatever. They really don't. People might use it in this section of YouTube on the social media or whatever. But in the real world, they don't give a fuck. And that's how you got to be. You got to just say, you know what? I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. That's it. All right? Yeah. She's going to park right there. I see you, babe. So, anyway, though. That's all I have for today. It's just something for y'all to think about. Because this is just like, if that's how you want to roll with something, you know, that's cool. That's you. That's you. Go ahead and keep doing you. But ain't, you know, I'm like, whatever. And once again, shout out to Brother D for inspiring this. And don't hit me up like, can you talk about this? No, motherfucker, no. I already told you. The best you can get, if you have a good ass comment or something, I'm like, oh, that inspired me, I'll give you a shout out. That's about it. And that's about it. Because that's just not how I do. I don't care. You can call yourself alpha. I'm still going to do what the fuck I want to do. Anyway, hey, y'all have a good day today, and I'll get back with y'all. Peace.